Bill McRae here for the Salesforce ROI marketing systems. I want to talk to you about the type of clients you should be focusing on because it is going to be a challenge to walk into a client that's never done any marketing or advertising themselves and convince them they need to actually spend money advertising. And then they're going to want to, haggle. Which, first of all, we don't haggle. We offer a quality service, and we have something nobody else has. So no haggling. But here's the fact: a lot of guys, let's say they're selling penny widgets. They don't want to spend any money to promote that. They think that all they need to do is be there, and they're going to get all the business they need to succeed. And they're going to believe that right up to the day they go broke, kind of like Payless Shoe Store. The reality is, it's the guys that are most likely to spend the money and understand the value of bringing a client in the door are people who understand either the lifetime value of a client. If you got if you have a restaurant or store or something that understands that once the guy's in the door, he suddenly is worth $50 a month. That's $600 a year. That's $7,000 for 10 years or whatever. They have those metrics. Now, a lot of retailers, especially retailers, don't have those metrics because they're mom and pops. And that's where you got to be a consultative seller. You got to ask these people, mom and pops are disappearing, right? Well, this is why. They don't think about the value of a client. They are thinking about how to save a little money and make more because they save. My dad always said, we only make the money we save. And I argued back, we only make the money we generate. And that was a case of me being right. He's usually right. So this was a rare one. We grew our business large because we generated sales through a very effective marketing and push marketing techniques and always being a little different than the other guy. These people going out of business are not being different, not at all being different. They are just being the same and expecting to get better results than the other guy because their French fries are crunchier or they're a better dentist or something like that. Now, getting back to who are the ideal clients for you to be working with, let me be clear, as clear as I can possibly be. The ideal clients are going to be the ones that can get a high return per order. Let me give you just a really great example. Dentist, let's say if you go to orthodontist and an average pair of teeth that they're going to do orthodontical work might be worth $3,500 over the course of 3 to 5 years or however long they do their work. To them, if they spend $100 to get one client, they're cool with that. Or even better would be, let's say, a guy who does the actual implants, dental implants. The average return for that guy could be $20,000. So he'll spend, maybe $1,000 to get one client. Those are really the best type of things. Now, here's another type of client that's great. The guys that did our gutters, with several $1,000s put gutters on this house because it didn't have gutters. He wants to reach everybody in this area because most of these homes built 10 years ago don't have gutters, and it rains pretty heavily in San Antonio. What happens is the water coming off the house, if it's not directed right, it washes under the slabs, and slabs start to break. So if he can get in the door, he could talk to a guy about, well, would you rather spend a few $1,000s on a good gutter system that's done right, like we did, or would you rather spend $30,000 fixing your foundation in 5 years? So to him, getting the message out and having, maybe one or two customers off $1,000 text makes a lot of sense in the world to him. Because the other thing you got to understand is for every customer they get through their push marketing of their text, they're picking up 4 or 5 referral clients too, which is the lifeblood of those type of services, right? So my wife and I needed to have our air conditioning service. So you do that twice a year here in San Antonio because when it's hot, you don't want the thing to break down. So we go to our neighbor and we find out that they want to use Airtron. that they use Airtron. So we called Airtron. They came out and serviced us. Now, when the guy here was from Airtron, I'm like, how much of this market do you have? And the typical sale for Airtron is, you know, you're going to spend about $300-400 a year, every year, keeping your air conditioning and heating. Because you want to have them looked at twice a year. You don't want to freeze, and you don't want to die of heat during the summer. So you got to have these things looked at. This is the same with the water softeners or any sort of service. Even the landscape guy, you know, it's $50 a week to have the guy mow lawns maybe, but what about, you know, your shrubs need to be trimmed and you want to clear out an area and do a new planting in the back to work on your home value and re-landscape. That might be a couple $1,000s. When they look at the annual income they make off a client, they don't mind spending money to get the word out. They understand that I could spend $50 to get that client through doing some text marketing, and I might only make $50 the first month, but as it builds, it's going to pay back in a big way because I'm not only making that $50 back immediately, I'm getting these referral clients as well. So they push out to the market and get people in the door that will ultimately leverage and build their market share. Same thing with the alarm guy who did our alarm service. We pay $50 a month for Brink's alarm. That guy referred us to the gutter guy. We spent a couple grand on gutters. We originally started with our solar panel system, which was, I think we spent $13,000 on that. He referred us to the guy who we used for a Brink's thing. All these guys ended up testing text marketing, and they love it. And the reason why is they get the word out to people who they don't have a referral market to, or a referral to. So new people walking in the door, $1 spent to get that new person walking in the door can generate maybe $10 with that client, but maybe $10 each with 10 other clients that they refer people to. These are the type of clients you want to look for as a sales rep. You want to find people that understand the return on investment long term. Here is the reality. I don't need to advertise. I'm busy. Reality is somebody's taking your business away while you're sitting there. Your market share is going down if it's not going up. And there's no such thing as saving a business going down. I've tried to do that. I've ended up restructuring and selling them. The fact is, you can keep building. You're either growing or going out of business. So what does that mean for you? Well, you walk in the door, you have to talk to the client and find out whether or not they understand the value of marketing. They understand that the value of their clients, what they're worth. They know what their return is. Once I get a guy in the door, I know I'm going to make $900. I just need to get more guys in the door. Once you have that sort of thought going on in the guy, you continue to visit them and slowly promote those things that we have in our product line that can get them to start winning more deals. And they don't do this. Mark my word. You're going to drive by their neighborhood in their strip mall, and it's going to be half empty, and the people who didn't promote their business are the ones that are going to be gone. It's your job to prevent that. Every one of those guys can be a great client. Every one of those guys can save their business and be wealthier than ever before if they can change their mindset from just existing to doing push marketing at the same time. You guys have a great day.